Austria and Switzerland, but we still have France. You know, they lost England too, pretty much at the same time with Henry VIII, right? But there was a counter-reformation, so there was efforts to rally the Catholic princes and kings and invade these places and have wars and try to convert them back to Catholic power. There were things like the Spanish Inquisition, you know, and then that really went kind of global, right? If you think about it, that struggle went all over the world. How did that happen? Well, remember, this is also the age of what the historians call the age of discovery. When did Columbus discover America? 1492, right? Magellan and all these, you know, so you have Catholic Spain, Catholic France, Catholic Portugal, Protestant Dutch, Protestant English, Protestant Germany, and all. They're going out and colonizing and exploring the world. Well, whoever gets to put the flag there first gets to also dictate what religion they have. You know, so even in America, the history of America, you have parts that are Spanish. Guess what faith they have? Roman Catholic, right? The ones that are not are Protestant. But even within the ones in America that are Protestant, you had different Protestant denominations. Some that were still tied to the Church of England, some that were running away from the Church of England, and so it's a whole nother history lesson.
How would you think the Pilgrims, what would you classify them in the strata like yours?
They're separatists.
Right.
But remember, I'm showing you, it's almost like I'm showing you the initial cell divides of an amoeba. Beyond this, you still, you know, if you're talking about the 1500s, to get to here, that's 500 years ago. So there was still a whole lot of things happening in those 500 years to get to where we are today. So this is the beginning of the story of Protestantism. It's not the end by any means. But you can see that even if I just gave you like 3 different subdivisions, Luther, Zwingli, and the Anabaptists, you can say, well, I think we inherited this from there and this from there, and that's why if you went into a Lutheran church as opposed to a Baptist church, there would be some difference in theology, how it's taught, difference in baptism, difference in worship, all right? And one would have a more liturgical mass, the other one would be more free form, because they're coming from different Protestant traditions. And these traditions will sometimes merge and split out again and build on top of each other. So you can start seeing these various elements being spread all the way out to today. And it's still changing. Things still change. The scripture doesn't change. Interpretation of some of the things in scripture change. Jesus doesn't change. But manner of worship, what people think are important versus something else, that's usually, you know, the inheritor of the Reformation says you get to read scripture. I can tell you as an ordained pastor here on a community church, X, Y, and Z, and you have to believe it. If you don't like it, you can go start your own church or go down the hall and go down the road. There's like 5 other churches that are Bible believing churches. If you don't like a particular aspect of how we worship, well, you guys use drums. You know, Key Largo Baptist doesn't use drums. I'm going to go over there. I mean, sometimes it's as silly as that, but sometimes it's theological differences. That's why I think it's important that you read our statement of faith so you know what it is that we believe here at Island Community. To have Christian community within Island Community Church, those are not negotiable. Okay? And we're not reformed. Guess what? We're not reformed. So if you're reformed, you're in the wrong place. I'm not saying that you're going to hell. I'm just saying our worship style and our theology is not reformed. Meaning we believe in free will. Some people don't. So that's a whole nother lesson at some other point. Any other questions? All right, thank you. See you next week.